Today I'm gonna give you a little tour in my garage gym. As you can see, my gym is in one car garage. There is no very much room, but everything that I need will there is plenty of room for anything on it. The most important thing, or the piece of equipment, well, the most important piece of equipment is of course the barbell and the weights, but that's pretty obvious. So I start with the power rack. It is a Sport Systems strength equipment brand. This isn't the best power rack money can buy, but it is pretty sturdy. It should be able to take 360 kilos, so there's no way I ever gonna max it out unless I start to do some silly rack pulls above the knee. But when it comes to bench press and squats and that sort of thing, it will definitely be able to take the weights I am able to ever lift. I have made this pulley system to be able to do pull-ups and lat pull downs. I'm still too fat and weak, as I've said before, to do chin-ups or pull-ups. Until I'm able to do them, I will use this lat pull down system. And I also can do like face pulls and, for example, ab work in the system. If you come closer, you can see that I have this kind of barbarian line bench. It is pretty good and sturdy bench for the bench presses. It is also adjustable, so it really isn't a incline bench, but you can adjust the height independent from both ends of the bench. So it is good bench. The most important equipment in any garage gym or any gym at all is, and at least should be, the barbell. This is like Live Pro powerlifting barbell. It doesn't have the bearings, it has the bushings, but yes, it rolls quite nice. And I use this for bench press and squats. I also have this kind of hybrid type barbell, which is, the brand is ATX. It has bearings, and as you can see, it has both powerlifting and weightlifting markings. So this is more like a weightlifting barbell. It is 28 millimeters thick. I don't do Olympic lifts except the variants power clean and sometimes power snatch, and I also do the deadlifts with this barbell. And here's my other barbells. I have a little bit bad habit to hard training equipment. This was the first barbell I got for my gym. It is cheap, brandless barbell. It's okay, but it's a little bit thicker than a standard Olympic barbell should be. Like this kind of Olympic weightlifting barbell should be 28 millimeter thick, and I guess powerlifting barbell can be from 28 to 29. This is something like 30 millimeter. I nowadays use it for example, T-bar rows, or if I would do rack pulls or something like that, which can damage the barbell, I would definitely use this cheap barbell for that. Then we have here this, I believe this is called football bar. You get different kinds of grips from it. For bench press, overhead press, I guess you could do rows with it. I haven't used it much, but it is nice to have maybe to have a little bit variation for your lifts. Then there is the safety squat bar. I have tried it a couple of times. Will probably start to incorporate it more to my training. It gives a little bit different stimulus than normal squat. You have to use your core more, and of course it doesn't, if you have problems with your elbows or shoulders, it is nicer to hold it there, but I don't have that kind of problems, luckily. Then I have these self-made axle bars. I have 2 of them. This is 50 millimeters thick. It is just like made from steel pipe, so there's no knurling or anything. But this is really good tool to increase your grip strength. Could be used for deadlifts, rows. Of course, you could do bench presses and stuff with it too. Here's the other axle bar. It is actually 60 millimeter thick, so it's really hard to do, for example, deadlifts. I believe my personal best with this 50 millimeter axle bar or pipe is, I guess I did a couple of reps with 130 kilos, double overhand, of course. There's no point using straps or mixed grip, because it is like grip work. Then I have also this X bar or trap bar. This is it is a good tool. Like the trap bar deadlift is kind of between of squat and deadlift. It doesn't. It is not so much about the posterior chain than normal deadlift. It is a little bit more quad dominant movement. There's both the high handle and the low or normal handle. Of course, with high handle you can use a lot of more weight than with the normal handle, because the range of motion is shorter. This is, well, for someone who is really strong. I am not. This would be probably not enough room for weights. I think you can load this with like 250 kilos, or at least you should have those kind of competition style very thin plates if you like load this with very much weight. Haven't used it much. Maybe in the future start to do also trap bar deadlifts or get some variations. What should I show you? In garage, there's no like really heating here, so in winter time it can be pretty cold. I have this little electric radiator to give heat, so I think like 10 or 15 degrees Celsius is enough to be able to train here. Just wear your sweater and it's okay. If you come here, you can see this grippers that I use for grip strength. There is this cheap like general store type gripper that can be used for warm-ups. Then there is Captain of Crush grippers. This is the trainer. Then number 1, 1.5 and 2, and these are not Captains of Crush, but these are what's the brand? They are heavy grips. They are even harder than the number 2 Captain's Crush. Well, probably won't be able to never close them. I'm still working on to be able to close this Captain's Brush number 2. I believe it was like 90 kilos the resistance. Yes, a couple of weeks ago I made these jerk locks. I don't actually know if I ever will really use them or do like jerks from the blocks. They are more like exercises for weightlifters. But if I want to try, now I at least have the equipment. I just did them because I happen to have the raw materials. Then I also, well, I could show you my weight plates. Words about the weight plates. When I a year ago bought my first equipment for the gym, I was so cheap that I choose to order the weight set, the cheapest one. There are like yes, rubber, not rubber but plastic coated weight plates. But this were the cheapest ones. They don't have the metal ring inside, and it actually these kind of weights are hard to put on the bar, at least for like deadlifts where the bar is on the floor. It's not about this smaller, but especially these 20 kilo plates can be really hard to put on place the bar. So I should not have like trying to save 50 euros, because the little bit better a weight set with weights which have those that central metal ring would not have been much expensive, more expensive. I have these these have this metal ring, so they are much better to use. I also got some bumper plates, like these 25s and 10s and those big 5s, and also these 50, well, they are not bumper plates, but these are 50 kilo plates. So there is definitely enough weight for me to, more than I ever probably am able to lift. Loadable dumbbells with 30mm weights. I haven't used much dumbbells lately, but probably will incorporate more dumbbell exercises to my training program. I want to show you one of my own inventions. It's like I've made these 60mm handles. It's just a pipe that I have put on normal loadable dumbbell handle, so you can get these fat handle dumbbells, which really develop your grip strength. This is great. I also have the 50mm pipes if I want to try something a little bit easier. But this works fine. For example, you can do rows or anything, and it is much more taxing to your grip. This is one of my own do-it-yourself style equipment I'm really proud of. It is a landmine. I guess that's what it's called. You can do like T-bar rows or some core exercises. It's just made of a pipe, and well, there's, I don't know what it's called. From a hardware store you can get this kind of parts. Here in this shelf I have my music device, some CDs. I'm old school. I listen to the CDs. What? Pantera, Viikate, Tourbillon, Cadillac, Electric Wizard, good music, gives you boost when needed. Then one of the most important things in the gym, the training log, where I keep track of my progress. And here's the program I am currently running. And there are some my weightlifting shoes, which I use in all exercises except the deadlift. I deadlift with these deadlift slippers, or I don't know what they're called. And yes, here one of my videos I talked about strength standards. Here are those standards printed. There are standards for power clean, press, bench press, squat and deadlift, both for men and women of different body weights. Yes, powerlifting and general gym training belts. I haven't used belts for a couple of years, but it might be that when I get to like close to 200 kilo squat, I start to use the belt in the like max effort lifts, but not yet. Here's the blocks for block pulls. They are also self-made. These are self-made eccentric hooks for overloaded eccentrics. As you have seen in my videos, I do mostly very basic meat and potato type training, but I have this equipment. I could incorporate some special tactics or training styles, training overloaded eccentrics. Also maybe use like undulating resistance with bands, and there you can see I have also some like dinky
chain.
These chains. Yes, this is the piece of wood that I use for warm-ups before every workout. And well, there is a lot of small piece of equipment that isn't shown in this video, but if you are interested about some piece of equipment or anything, you can ask in the comment section. Here's this blackboard where I keep track of my workouts. As you can see, in last Friday intensity day workout I did bench press with 107.5 kilos and squatted with 147.5 kilos and so on. Well, and last there is the picture of Steve Reeves, legendary bodybuilder, actor, strongman. Yes, it's overall badass picture. But now I say bye.